Making homemade sourdough bread is easier than you think, but it requires a little bit of patience. Weighing your ingredients helps ensure that you yield a perfect loaf every time, but it isn't necessary. I've included both measurements for using measuring cups as well as weight. In a medium bowl, whisk together the flour and salt, then set the bowl aside. Next, whisk together the room temperature water and the sourdough starter until the starter is dissolved. Add your dry ingredients to the water and starter mixture. Stir with a spoon just until combined, making sure that all of the flour is incorporated. You will end up with a shaggy dough that is a bit lumpy. Cover the bowl with plastic wrap and let it sit at room temperature for 12 to 18 hours until it's about double in size. Transfer your dough to a lightly floured surface and knead the dough 12 to 15 times. As you're kneading the dough, pull the outside edges into the center. Turn the dough seam side down to the bottom and shape it into a ball. Prepare a Dutch oven or a heavy-bottomed pot by lining it with a piece of parchment paper. For easier release, you can spray your parchment paper with a little bit of cooking spray. Transfer the dough seam side down to the center of the parchment and cover it with plastic wrap. Place your pot on the middle rack of your oven and place a pan on a rack below your pot. Pour 3 cups boiling water into the pan below. Close the oven door and let the dough rise until doubled in size. It will take about 2 to 3 hours. Once your dough has doubled in size, remove the Dutch oven and pan of water from the oven. Remove the plastic wrap and lightly flour the top of your dough. Use a razor blade, a sharp knife, or a bread lame to score your dough. You want to score about 1/4 to 1/2 inch deep. You can make it easy and score one long line down the center, or you can make a design. Scoring your dough will allow your loaf to expand without it bursting or rupturing in random places. Once you've scored your dough, cover the pot with the lid and place it in the middle of the oven. Turn the oven to 425 degrees Fahrenheit and bake for 30 minutes, starting the timer as soon as you turn on the oven. After 30 minutes, remove the lid and continue baking for 20 to 30 more minutes until the loaf is a deep golden brown. Carefully remove the pot from the oven and remove the loaf from the pot, transferring it to a wire rack. Let it cool completely before serving. Your patience will definitely pay off when you are rewarded with this perfect loaf of sourdough bread that is chewy on the inside and has a perfectly crispy outer crust. Enjoy!